Alrighty. Oh, there we go. Hello and welcome to Tuesday's fantastic Dino action, Mighty Terror. Renamed this list Mighty Terror 2 because I made some tweaks. This is, or it should be, the exact list that you see in the description. As always, sometimes I forget to update it, but hopefully everyone's having a good week. Heaven, I see your message there. It's morphin' time. Well, hopefully this deck will morph and get us some wins. I think so. I feel like this is getting closer and closer to at least the variation of Terror of the Peaks, Gwenna, 5-power dinos that I like. And I really do have to agree that I feel Drover of the Mighty is better than Otepec Huntmaster in this particular variation. Sometimes Drover of the Mighty, I mean, late game, that's going to be coming down for a single green because of Marauding Raptor's cost reduction. And that's 3 damage right there with Terror of the Peaks, but it's also a nice bit of total power for Ghalta. Could actually, in the past, it has helped me get to Ghalta a little bit easier. But we have a kind of new addition, somewhat, tonight. Burning Sun's Avatar. It's a dinosaur. It's got at least 5 power. Pretty easy to play, even though it does require 3 red there. When it enters the battlefield, we deal 3 damage to target opponent or planeswalker, and 3 damage to up to 1 creature. So hitting a lot of stuff. Perhaps, you know, we have Terror of the Peaks. Excuse me, we go Burning Sun's Avatar. We get rid of Liliana of the Veil and something else, some other creature, and then still doing that 6 damage right to their face. Seems pretty fantastic. At the very least, there should always be some targets. And we do get to do that damage. It's not, if we don't have one of those targets, the ability is just completely gone and done for. But if there is only the opponent to hit, that's 3 damage plus 6, still pretty decent. If we have Gwenna out, Burning Sun's Avatar technically is costing 4, but if there's Marauding, I mean, that's costing 3 effectively. Very exciting, I think. I could see myself upping even more copies. Just a nice big versatile little bit of interaction to go with maybe having not as much interaction as sometimes I have had, but there is 3 copies of Domri, Anarchobolus, this thing. I love it. Drover of the Mighty. If we have a dino out, it enters at 3 power. 1 less than what Kiora wants, but if Domri is out, Drover of the Mighty gets to 4 power before Kiora is checking. So we would get to draw a card with Drover then, that pairing, and the token from Regisaur Alpha, which is quite nice. Now, I don't believe it works with Gwenna. The creature has to actually start at 5 power truly from your hand, but this will just equal a little bit more card draw and a decent bit of interaction. 3 Domries, 2 Burning Suns, and Terror of the Peaks. Of course, if they have some problematic creature, we'll get rid of that. Usually it's just straight to the face though, which is very exciting stuff indeed. Now, sideboard-wise, I guess the mana base I could highlight. Plaza of Heroes. I have a lot of legendary stuff. I think enough legendary permanents with 3 Kioras, 3 Domries, 3 Gwennas, and 3 Ghaltas. As long as I have one of those, I'll be tapping for at least a green, hopefully. If we have Domri out, Plaza of Heroes is going to be tapping for a red or a green. But in a pinch, we get to save our big, amazing heavy hitter. Probably it's going to be Ghalta. But just having this as a little bit extra protection, keeping our hopes alive. That's where it's at. I've used Plaza of Heroes before. Pretty sure I did a night called Plaza Dinos. Dino Plaza. Something like that. But for tonight, definitely featuring and highlighting Drover of the Mighty and sideboard. Unlicensed Hearse, I've seen a lot more Greasefang. 3 should be enough. I know 2 is pretty common, but I want to bring a little bit more pain to that deck. It certainly worked out well last night. I think it was last night. I'm pretty sure. Hard to keep track, but I did have the fantastic match against Greasefang where I just eviscerated any potential chance that they had. Dropping this game 1 and then game 2. I don't even think it went to game 3 because of the unlicensed hearse. Does the trick, I must say. Still 2 anger, 2 Brotherhood's End, although I am considering eventually down the line converting all of this into Brotherhood's End. For the most part, the exile part of Anger of the Gods can be good, but I think the fact that Brotherhood's End, one of its abilities, can destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less, and its damaging ability hits creatures and planeswalkers. I think it probably edges out Anger of the Gods a little bit. Just a smidge. But they're still fantastic. Either one would be lovely to use. What anybody should be using, if it makes sense to do so. Don't shy away from something like this. Giant Cindermaw. Now, I did say I was working on a list, using a list that included 4 Giant Cindermaws and 4 Rampaging Ferocidons in the main to start, because I hate life gain that much. I was facing it a lot. Not so much right now, but I still want at least Giant Cindermaws, 4 of them, somewhere in the mix here. Then to round things off, of course, Shifting Ceratops, fantastic, amazing. Thought I'd see how it feels not starting off with Shifting. Watch us face all Azorius Control coming up here. Lots of blue-based stuff. Yikes. I'm going to bring Shifting in to start when I face so much of them, and then the matches for the rest of the night will be all Gruul or something. Something painful. Mighty Terror 2. Okay. We're not playing in Historic. I did that last night. I think it was that first match there. Was interesting. We still got it done, luckily. Actually, no, I was using the wrong list last night. I just love making tweaks to this. Trying out your guys' suggestions, as always. If you have them, leave them in the chat here. Comment, whatever it is. And I actually just realized I didn't turn on the shuffle. Oh my goodness. We got to get that going. All right. We're in business. Oh, beautiful looking start. 4 lands, Drover plus Wayward. Hopefully that's going to accelerate out a Terror of the Peaks. Would be nice to go Terror of the Peaks first and then Wayward, of course, but I don't see that happening. At the very least, we should get turn 4 Terror. Looking like Bant enchantments. Hard to say, really. But Terror it is. Look at all these lands. That is going to just boom, pop off quite nicely. And of course, Drover the Mighty, just simply being a 3/3, quite a bit better for aggression than Otepec Huntmaster. Kind of. Of course, Huntmaster giving haste to your turn 3 play is always very nice indeed. But Enigmatic Incarnation, this could be tough. I didn't happen to bring in any graveyard or enchantment hate, I should say. I'm going to hold off on Drover. I'm going to let him burn that Leyline Binding on Wayward Swordtooth, I imagine. Oh, interesting. What are they thinking? But I have a list that does include a little bit of enchantment hate, especially because this does seem to be a little bit more common, unfortunately. Now we're going with Terror still. That's what I want to be doing. Swing with both of them. We'll trade with whoever blocks Drover. Wayward gets through some damage, and Leyline Binding is going to take out Terror, unfortunately. Would have been able to go Terror plus Wayward that turn if they hadn't done their Elite Spellbinder. That was too bad. Just hope they don't have more Leyline Bindings for... Oh, they're... Yeah, that is nonsense. That is nonsense. mean, it's not really a good game, but yeah, could have gone Terror and no. All right, well, Shifting Ceratops, you can't steal that. Certainly. Burning Sun's Avatar, probably don't need it. Certainly, shifting is the thing we want to be doing against this person. Domri, well, fighting some of their stuff could be good, but a lot of it is enchantments. Domri's not helping out so much against that. Lots of their stuff has entered the battlefield effects anyway, so they've already gotten some value. Doesn't do a whole lot taking out whatever creature they played, especially if it searched for an enchantment or whatever. This certainly does look good. Starting off with Wayward again and plenty of lands. Could do the trick. We gotta go fast though. Certainly a lot faster than previously. Next turn, not quite Ghalta, unfortunately, but Regisaur Alpha is gonna get us pretty close to 10 permanents. Turn on Wayward Swordtooth there. Even if Wayward is answered. Oh, Isaac, thanks for that. My wife gave it to me last night before I started. It was a little bit late last night, but hey, I'll make it. Try to make it whenever possible, and yeah, should be good. Okay, I like the looks of this. Wayward Swordtooth, get to play Plaza of Heroes again. We have another 3. Topiary Stomper getting us to 7 lands is very satisfying indeed. Hopefully they're sweating a little bit, seeing some pretty nice bodies, figuring that Wayward Swordtooth is gonna get turned on pretty soon. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. It is a privilege, saves a lot. Just the fact it saves so much. Haircuts, everything has gotten more expensive. I'm not picky, and my wife seems to do a good job, I think. And I never really do anything fancy to my hair as well. They have to choose Regisaur Alpha, yes, yes, okay. Not the end of the world. We'll still play it. Can't play Ghalta again, unfortunately, but we'll keep that aggression up. Hope for the best, hope for nothing too painful next turn. I think Ether Channeler probably wants to block somebody. They may try and bounce Regisaur Alpha, unfortunately. Not so bad. Hopefully they don't have 2 Trial of Ambitions, although they don't have another source of black, so that's not good either. Nuts. Trial of Ambition to search for another Deputy of Detention to steal this. Skyclave Apparition, yeah, that will do it. Maybe I should have brought in that sweeper, unfortunately. Making me cry a little. Oh man, this would have been beautiful. I suspect they wouldn't have any counter spells focusing on enchantments and creatures that have good enter the battlefield effects, so we could have done some devastating stuff to them. Yeah, Sweeper certainly would have got it. Would have been able to get Regisaur back, get that token, still sit at enough reduction. We would have been able to play Ghalta as well. Darn. We'll see if we get anything we can play next turn. Yeah, well, let's see what Sheltered Thicket gets us. Sometimes nothing much, and well, that does it. Get a little bit unlucky, unfortunately. Maybe. Yeah. I should have some more enchantment hate. I felt, oh, maybe I'm safe, you know? I don't have to bring in Barrier Breach, Thrashing Brontodon, back to nature, stuff like that. You leave Enigmatic Incarnation around for any amount of time, they're just going to gain insane value. Leyline Binding to steal something problematic. Okay, you know, if we destroy it, we get that thing back. Technically, but Enigmatic Incarnation to sacrifice Leyline Binding. It costs 6. They search for Agent of Treachery, which costs 7, and they just permanently steal the thing that Leyline was stealing. That is a pretty powerful little interaction there. Often enough, that's done me in. Oh, phew. I was so scared they were gonna kill Drover there. Oh my goodness. Phew. Oh. That would have been a sad day. We still would have gotten our third land, but... Oh, life flashed before my eyes there. Should be good now. We're at 4. If we get another land, we can go Kiora, untap something, then Topiary. If Drover survives, we can do it even without a land. Ooh, okay. That's what I want to do. Hope they don't have a counter spell. That is good. They goofed up a little bit. Thank you. Oh, I love when players do that. Of course, nobody faces dinos much, but that does give us an edge. They don't know exactly the thing they should be taking out. Beautiful. We should be in a good position here. Of course, it would be nice starting off with Shifting Ceratops, but like I mentioned, that thing is not in. See if Marauding draws out removal or a counter spell. Odd. You know, I'm going to go with Wayward Swordtooth. I want to draw out those answers and preserve Terror of the Peaks if at all possible. Hopefully. Now Kiora actually can untap some stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to try for Terror. If that doesn't draw out a Censor or Jawari Disruption, I don't know what will. Okay. Certainly seems to be they don't have any counterspell for 2. I think we probably have them here. Of course we might, well, it would have been better to go Terror first, but I did expect something painful. Got him. Good stuff. Done. Either the counterspell for Terror or something that would kill Terror. I was thinking maybe Marauding Raptor might draw out that removal, Heartless Act, something like that. But Shifting Ceratops, we got lucky. We dodged the counter spells. Certainly they're probably going to be prioritizing that stuff, I would imagine. Keep in Domri. I'll cut 2 Kioras. Yeah, that's good. I mean, it is a little interesting seeing. We did see a couple copies of Kiora there, but still, that's bound to happen. Kiora is, again, very key. So fantastic with this list. At least 2 copies, maybe 4 is overkill, but 3 does, again, seem to be the sweet spot. So many creatures at 4, so much draw. She has helped push us fast and get the job done. Just keep us filled up with gas. Sometimes, you know, chaining a bunch of stuff with Gwenna. Play that Dino for 5, she untaps, we draw something else. It is a beautiful sight to see. Still, nothing that can kill Marauding at instant speed, even with a black and a blue up. Oh, insane. Insane, I would say, Isaac. Big time. Now the big time question is... Wayward. We'll try for Wayward. Does that try out something? Hopefully. Okay, okay. Dimir, Siphon, Insight. It's been quite a while. I don't know what this opponent is doing. Yes, I've actually faced a Siphon Insight probably a couple weeks ago. Siphon Insight, Dimir. Look at the top cards. Exile one. They can play it and spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. Hard to say, but if they don't get rid of Gwenna, it may not matter. Oh, it does. Absolutely. We have so many fantastic bodies. If they don't have a sweeper, chances are it's going to be difficult to deal with the pain. I imagine they would kill Gwenna, though. They should. But again, nobody's really seen her pop off and the value she can have, so she might be safe, come to think of it. Hostage taker for Gwenna. Really? Well, folks, that was good. I gotta give them a nice. Unfortunately, we don't have Kiora, but we are nicely ahead in the land department. Pinging, making guys big. It is a good time. Shifting. I almost forgot to give it haste. Hostage taker can't block shifting Ceratops because it does have protection from blue, so they're just... don't see them doing a whole lot. Even if there is extinction event, we would be left with at least a few bodies here. Topiary Stomper will get to 7 lands next turn, be able to attack with that. They have to take out at least 3 things. They don't even have 10 permanents. Wayward Swordtooth is doing nothing for them. I don't see him getting to 10 permanents, including Wayward Swordtooth this turn. Yes, alright. They siphoned Insight from us to see it was a losing battle, perhaps. Okay. Look at that. Almost 140,000. That was a buy. That was a buy, I must say, Isaac. Another Gwenna. Rare wild card. Okay. You just never know what you're going to get. It's going to be 4 Dimir control in a row, 4 Rakdos, a wide range of stuff. I don't believe the people that say they only face one deck all the time, or overwhelmingly it is one deck. Maybe that is the case just because there's variance. There could be some people that actually do face that deck so much it colors their perception. But you guys see it here. If you watch often enough, there is a wide variety. I think this could be good. We got 3 lands, plenty of stuff at 3. Ooh. Jund, I think. Jund or Rakdos. Alright, I'm gonna try for Gwenna. Cross your fingers. No Heartless Act or Cut Down. Oh yeah, absolutely. People think it's stale. I read actually quite a few comments today saying it was stale. I can't agree with it. Oh, standard. Black and red, that's where it's at for sure. Maybe people aren't playing enough and, they play 3-4 matches. They feel they've faced one deck and then the next day they play 3 or 4 and seems to be that other deck. If you play If you're able to play 10, 15 in a day, definitely that is it's going to be good. Oh, I goofed up. Oops. My goodness, I was so excited to ramp that I did that, unfortunately. That's alright, that's alright, you know, we'll still awkward. Oh yes, Heaven, I did see your message. Yeah, a little bit late there. I figured maybe you'd come back at some point, and here you are. Just in time to see me goof up and untap a Gwenna that was already untapped and not tapped for mana. That sucks. I think we would have still been able to play Burning Sun's Avatar that turn. 2, 3. Yeah, pretty sure. That would have been good. At the very least, we should get some Burning Suns next turn. Claim the Firstborn. Well, you can't attack with that. That is good. They will get 2 food tokens, though, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have done that as well. Double goofed. But it still should be very good next turn. Burning Suns is going to draw us a card. 3 damage to Mayhem Devil, 3 damage to the opponent. Yeah, I gotta try and preserve Kiora if at all possible. Guess they'll sacrifice the token, 1 damage to Marauding. Yeah, this'll be tough. I should have just let her die. Oh. Not so bad. Actually, no, that's pretty bad. 10 Witch's Oven, they sacrifice Wayward Swordtooth and finish off Marauding here. And sacrifice the cat to bring it back. Okay. It was devastating. But we still get some good stuff coming up. Bring that cat back. That was good on their part. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Can we do this? Gwenna for 2. 3, untapping. Now we can't go Terror of the Peaks plus Burning Sun's Avatar. We have to go Burning Suns. That's just how it is. Get rid of the Mayhem Devil ASAP. Don't ask questions. You see the devil, you kill the devil. I'll keep Gwenna back. The cat would block. They'd sacrifice the food token that they have to just bring it back anyways. Oh, another devil. At least Gwenna is, well, she was kind of healthy at 5 toughness there. I'm not blocking nothing. You gotta jump through a lot of hoops to take something out. I'm not gonna make it any easier by the cat dealing damage to somebody. Gwenna it is, unfortunately. Actually, they don't have enough to kill Gwenna. Oh, they goofed up. I like it. Let me see. We got to take out, hopefully, both Mayhem Devils. Is there any way we can do that? You know what? I'm going to go Burning Sun's Avatar again. I'm kind of liking this new edition. Quite happy that Burning Suns is showing up. I must say. Now, they can't sacrifice a whole lot. They would have to block with everything to take out Gwenna as well. Have to block with everything to take out either of those. Let's do as much damage as possible. Yeah, I could see myself using Burning Sun's avatar a little bit more often. It's dirt cheap, nobody uses it. Perhaps it makes a little bit more sense, at least with this. Maybe not in most Dino lists, but in a pinch. 3 damage to their face, 3 to something key like the Mayhem Devil. Man, we're seeing all 4. That is very, very unlucky, I must say. I think they should be able to take out Gwenna here. Oh, interesting. Well, the turntables. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Alrighty, let's take somebody out. Whole fight reflection. Probably. Well, I'm bringing in a sweeper next game. That's for sure. Maybe my mind is on other things, of course. The next edition coming in a few days here. Still not moving along as fast as we'd like, of course, but he will be here in the blink of an eye. Yeah, I must say. Okay, now that's probably going to be it. Yeah, 3 Mayhem Devils is a devil. Yeah. Oh, we're not living through that. No. I know what I'm doing. 100%. Unlicensed hearse, I kind of like it. Not so much against this, since the main thing is just Croxa. Whenever they do get it in the graveyard, of course, it is a nice thing to get out of the graveyard. But it is time to cut. I like Domri. As much interaction as possible to take out those devils, which again, very unfortunate to see all 4 of them. That certainly did us in. Can't gain life more relevant than hearse. This is true. Rampaging Ferocidon would be the best thing, of course. Dealing 1 damage when the cat re-enters and stopping that life gain, but in a pinch. Cindermaw. Yeah. No. I'm going to trim Drover. Again, something that dies to these sweepers. Of course, Cindermaw also dies, unfortunately. Burning Suns. We'll cut that. We got the sweeper, which is going to decimate anything they were hoping to do. One Kiora, 1 Domri. I was thinking a couple Marauding Raptors there. We're on the play. I want a good chance of accelerating out something nasty, scary. That'll get the job done. Ooh, I'm keeping that. Boom. There you go. If we draw a couple more lands, we might see turn 3 Ghalta. Not hasty, but especially with Wayward and Marauding and Ghalta, there is that little slim chance of seeing the Queen super early. At least it wasn't a Thoughtseize. Oh, ooh, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, if we see that 3rd land, we're off to the races here. The dang oven. Well, it's not a third land, but we can go Marauding for 1, Wayward for 1. Sitting at enough reduction next turn, even if we don't draw a third land. We still would be able to play Ghalta, which is always insane. This particular scenario doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it's pretty sweet. You shouldn't bet on this, but in a pinch, you get to see potentially the nastiness you can do without a lot. Yeah, never rely on this. It's like a break glass in case of fire, something like that. Fatal push. Something. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, we actually did it. One Marauding Raptor, just I never would have expected them to survive. I didn't expect both of them to survive, I must say. That never happens. I'll take it. They better do something quick. They gotta be a little bit scared now. Kill Ghalta. Boom. Another copy. Who needs a sweeper? Oh, that's not gonna do too much for him. Boo. Oh. Look at that, folks. If you can't answer dinos, again, you shouldn't expect your things to live, especially against a deck like this. But you see, mess around and find out. Don't know too many decks that can do that with 2 lands, I will say. Okay. Well, we took him down without revealing the fact that we do have Anger of the Gods and Brotherhood's End. That might play into our favor. They're just going to be scared if they see what we can do with 2. What can we do with 3? I mean, I did risk it the previous game, but this is too risky. One more mulligan. Oh, okay, that's better. That is definitely better. Yeah, a Terror and Marauding for sure. We got 2 sources of green eventually, being able to play Topiary. If Marauding dies, I expect Marauding's going to die because the opponent won't want to have a similar situation happen. Dead. Fatal push. Okay. We had our fun. We had our fun game too. That's worth it for me. That's a golden lining, I'll say. Not even a silver lining. It's better than that. Gwenna? Well, she's not dead on sight. We don't have anything that she would accelerate out. I'm gonna play it safe. Let's go Topiary. Get the 5 next turn. Wow. If we see Kiora, we can play Kiora for 3, untap a land, be left with another 3, go Gwenna. And just playing the Topiary will get us to 7 a little bit sooner. Oh, interesting. Well, we'll see if they have that fatal push for Marauding here. And because Gwenna is a legendary creature, we can go Beseju for a single green, which I'm kind of considering. Taking out Fable, Isaac. I got hosed by Fable previously, so we're going to hose it super early this time. I'd rather them not send 2 things to the bottom or discard. Yeah, discard 2 and then get 2 off the top. Let's have them not sculpt their hand. Yeah. Hope they had duds in their hand. Okay. Okay, that's doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm still not blocking stuff, especially if they have Bone Crusher Giant. Oh yes, yes. Oh, the meat hook. Well, that should be expected. Don't see it too often, but a 3-for-1. Absolutely. Sometimes, of course, it is a little bit painful, especially if it's beside you, having them get a land. But better than them, again, sculpting their hands, getting that thing. Yeah, I didn't have a sweeper. If I had a sweeper, of course, I would have certainly waited. Definitely would have waited. I'll go Dharma if he happens to survive. That's going to be good. It's going to draw some aggression from him. Yeah, it is a little bit too bad I didn't have some sweeper. Play somebody. Anybody. I do not like Mayhem Devil. Back to basics, plus Gwenna, Pablo, yeah. I would say something like that. I certainly wish I had Back to Nature against the Bant Enigmatic Incarnation list I faced just to start off tonight. That was painful, I must say. But yeah, somewhat back to basics. I like the added interaction with the 3 Domri Anarchoboluses and the 2 Burning Suns Avatar. Now, there could be a good chance there's something better, maybe, than Burning Suns Avatar. It is pretty expensive, but maybe we cast it for 5. Gwenna technically makes it cost 3. Quite lovely, but that will certainly be a loss. I would consider sideboarding a Braid 100%. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Anything that deals 3 damage, instant speed to take out Grease Fang. 100%. Shaper's Sanctuary. I've toyed with it. It's been kind of hit or miss. I guess partly because the fact against a deck like Rakdos Sacrifice, Mayhem Devil absolutely shuts off any chances of Mayhem Devil targeting our creatures. But just the fact if you don't see it early on and then you see it late, it doesn't do anything. Of course, that's a drawback. If you see it early, it's going to be absolutely lovely. So it's a payoff, a trade-off for sure. Yeah, Shaper's Sanctuary. Of course, Shapers would be good, increasing the total number of permanents. Kind of working with Wayward Swordtooth there, wanting 10, wanting to ascend. Yeah. I've thought about a Braid, something at instant speed that deals 3 damage. Probably, I guess a Braid would be the best. I'd fiddled with Cathartic Pyre, I believe it is. 1 in a red, 3 damage to a creature or a planeswalker. And then the other one is discard 2 lands and something else. Discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards. 2 different modes to choose from. Should always be useful, even if you don't have any targets. Probably there's something you'd like to dig for a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure it's Cathartic Pyre I'm thinking of. Instant speed fighting, of course, if they have lots of removal, that fighting isn't going to be so good. So something that doesn't require a creature on the off chance they've killed everything, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe Shapers again tomorrow night. Maybe some Guild Wars, perhaps. I'm actually considering streaming Guild Wars 2 tomorrow morning. Yeah, just because I'm off, we're having appointments pretty much every day for my wife, trying to get this progressed along. He could be born tomorrow. My son is... You just never know. We were hoping he would be born already. That doesn't work out. It's cold outside, so maybe he wants to stay in because of that fact. Winter, snowy. I'm just surprised Drover the Mighty is still kicking. They don't have Fatal Push, which is a good positive. I think so. Decent enough. It's a dinosaur. It's a creature with at least 5 power to synergize with Gwenna and Kiora. When it enters, 3 damage to an opponent, boom. Kind of nice. 3 damage to a creature. Very good. Actually, it can deal 3 damage to an opponent or a planeswalker. We could take out Liliana as well, but hitting a lot of things, being big. And if we have Terror, of course, that's 6 damage to any target. I think it's alright. A new little dino coming to my family. Oh, it's going to be good. But yeah, if I get up early enough, maybe I'll have my daughter with me tomorrow morning. We'll see. No promises. All depends how we sleep, of course. But, yeah, I'll try for it. Good morning, Guild Wars. Thinking of some names. Of course, I don't feel too bad for any black-based opponent when they stumble. We stumble. Everybody stumbles. But I don't really shed tears. But yeah, I think Burning Sun's Avatar, worth a try. Trying out some other dinos that do at least have that 5 power, that can do a cool thing, because Gwenna has so much potential ramp. I guess we got another buy, Isaac. All right. Back and forth wacky tonight. Lots of black, though. Yes, Pablo. I played the original Guild Wars 1 up until Guild Wars 2 was released in 2012. So off and on, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for a decade. Not straight, of course, because Magic the Gathering here, but yeah, off and on for a decade. Lovely stuff. Free to play to get people in the door, their foot. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. I played Guild Wars in total, 1 and 2, thousands and thousands of hours. League of Legends, thousands of hours. This game, thousands of hours as well. There are a couple games I played quite a bit. Those would be the main 3. Oh yeah, well, maybe sneak into Diamond. Of course, I would have liked to be in Mythic, but we'll get back there some point. I'm not sad, I'm not upset, I'm always having a good time chatting with you guys. Of course, you keep me honest. Isaac especially, make me eat my veggies, maybe bringing that Shatter Skull smashing. Call out the hiccups, the misplays, and certainly that's a good way to learn. I may not have seen it from this side. There's always room for improvement, and it is nice having you guys as more voices. Oh, okay, well, Heaven, if you're up tomorrow morning, we'll see. I did use my level 80 boost in Guild Wars. That's the max level you can get to. I had a couple of them. I tried to record an intro right from the start, but it didn't record for some reason, and you can't go back really and redo it. So I'm just going to start off right in the jungle area of that game, and it's going to be a good time, I think. I haven't seen a smashing in a while. This is interesting. Well, we're going to try for Gwenna. That's kind of similar to that other game we had where we still did good stuff with 2 lands. What time? 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So Maybe 7, maybe 8. Pretend it's 7, so it would be roughly 8 hours from right now. 8 or 9 hours from this point. Yeah, something like that. Probably this, I would say. I think the biggest thing, Pablo, really does have to be Terror of the Peaks. It's won me countless games that I wouldn't have won otherwise. The opponent is sitting with so many creatures. It doesn't make sense for us to attack, but it doesn't make sense for them to attack because we could block advantageously and make the trades better. So it's kind of a staring contest, and then we drop Terror of the Peaks, and we drop whatever it is, and we just go to town. It is lovely stuff, like this. Look. 5 damage to the face for free, if we want, but I'm going to kill Haunt of Hightower, because I don't like that thing. And then I'm going to play Marauding Raptor. And next turn, they're going to be crying. I like taking out Knight of the Ebon Legion before it gets big. Let's take out their creatures. We are locked with Marauding Raptor because we got 2. It's going to kill Regisaur Alpha and the token, so we'll just pressure them. I was thinking kill Soren. I'm not too worried about them sitting at 1. Maybe it could have been problematic. I felt like dealing 6 potentially to the face would have been nicer. 6 to Soren's 1 loyalty felt like a little bit of overkill. Oh, the trigger from Terror, yes. Yes, I could have done that. But yeah, Pablo, I said Terror of the Peaks has done the trick, and then you see an exact sequence that was painful because of Terror there. If they can't take out Terror, we may just kill him next turn. Oh, yes. Yeah, the good Soren, the one that gets him card advantage. It is not. Hopefully, of course, we get a Planeswalker that is specifically for dinos. I would like that. Big time. Unfortunately, we can't... we can't do that, but because Regisaur is 2 bodies, we get the damage split up. Boom. 4 to the face, 3 to this Snoring, and the opponent is snoring. Because it's lights out, almost. Yes, I think so, Pablo. Not in paper, if your budget allows, because Terror of the Peaks is quite expensive. Yeah. Very expensive. But in Arena, if you have mythic rare wild cards sitting around, it's not bad. It should never be bad. Oh, 100%. I have been caught out because dinos, some nights I don't interact a lot. That has been painful, but just having Terror, I don't even need other fight spells and things. I can shoot down their stuff if it makes sense to do so. Maybe I could have hit them in the face, but... Oh. Always Arena, good stuff, good stuff. Paper just for Commander, yeah. Which still would be painful, even buying 1 copy of Terror of the Peaks, but... yeah, I think so. With Terror, Domri, that little bit of fighting, increasing the total power, increasing the damage that Terror does. You know, Wayward coming down. If Wayward is free with Marauding and Gwenna, and then Drover, I mean, does 6 damage to any target, sorcery speed for free. I'll say it again, that's good. Gotta be good. But I think adding Domri definitely has pushed things over the edge. And Burning Sun's Avatar, which is it's shown up a little bit tonight. But sideboarding. Vampires, they're all somewhat weak. Sweepers should do the trick. Certainly Brotherhood's End also hitting Snoring, putting them to sleep with Brotherhoods and Anger too. Gotta cut somebody somewhere. I guess Drover. Yeah, I'll cut all the Drovers. Yeah, oftentimes, even in the past, My dinos could be big, overwhelming, Regisaur Alpha, lots of bodies. So of course they still would die if they don't interact, but this is just, yes, Isaac, on another level. If you don't interact, you're all but guaranteed to die. More so than any other list. If we get Terror, chances are we get Ghalta. 2 green, 12 damage to the face. If we have multiple copies, we play the first one for 12 damage. We play the second one for 12. Oh, 100%. It's main deck removal, but it's versatile. We can send Terror's damage anywhere that makes sense, which is lovely. It does seem faster, especially with Gwenna. We don't have Huntmaster, at least tonight, so giving haste, but I really do feel it may not be needed. We still get Gwenna. This is good. They don't have one black source untapped for Fatal Push or something like that, so I mean, if Gwenna survives, ooh, that's going to be devastating. Got to keep everybody around for sure. Oh, Gwenna. If Gwenna untaps once, she was like 2 Huntmasters, 4 Thunderherd migrations. She could do 6, anything. Yeah. Maybe it's the riskiest. Hard to say. Certainly times like that are painful. But yeah, ramp, draw, removal, all the tools, Pablo, it does seem to be that. Not enchantment removal. You may want to tweak that so you don't get caught out like I did the first game tonight. Ooh, definitely going to go with Kiora and hope that she's surviving next turn in the face of Drana. But yeah, possibly Thrashing Brontodon, but if you want enchantment removal, you probably want to hit multiple things, I imagine. Spin and wheel kick, yes. Yes, Heaven. I think you mentioned that last night. Seems alright. I had considered it, especially with Ghalta. Has been very intriguing. Second Boseiju. I've always worried about 2 Boseijus in the main. That's caught me out a couple times, unfortunately. I've always liked splitting it 1-on-1, and then, of course, you can safely bring it in game 2 if you're facing something painful. But for the most part, there's going to be something that Boseiju can hit. Life gain hate, control hate. Yes, for sure. Alright, hopefully we get the 5 next turn, but we may just be done for this game. Yeah, I might take a look at spinning wheel kick, Heaven. Something that cares about the highest power. I think that's spinning wheel kick cares about the highest power of a creature you control. Certainly with Ghalta, things like that do seem pretty valid. I think it's got to be worth the risk. Have a good time. Yeah, I could see that. Upping the lands, especially because I've got Wayward back in. Ooh, we're not coming back from that. No siree. Maybe go to 24. Again, I still think the most right thing for Wayward is like 26, 27. Really increase the chance of playing multiple lands a turn. I could probably do at least 24. Yeah. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I do think I take more risks than maybe I need to, but yeah, I always have a good time. But I should probably elevate things a little bit. At least get to Diamond next month a little bit faster. Hopefully in the first few days, of course. Certainly I should have enough time to grind. Oh, okay, we got that third land. All right. Maybe one night I'll play an 18 land list. I did crazy stuff like that, what was it, a couple months ago, I feel? That was interesting, to say the least. I could take out No Priest of Oblivion with... We'll go Topiary. We'll go Topiary. Get that nice stable ramp Ghalta next turn. If everybody's still sticking around, of course. 2 Ghalta, 24 lands? Well, I should put 2 Ghalta and 24 lands through the paces, more than I have. I'm really liking 3, but I should try 2. 1 and 2 Ghaltas is probably the least amount that I've done, I think, if I had to guess. About a year from now, Pablo. Unfortunately, it is a pretty sad thing. Unfortunately. Very sad. Nasty. Painful. Math is hard because, well, I thought I was able to play Ghalta. That is sad. That sucks. Oof. 1 year, a long time. I am going to be at least 300,000 gold. It's going to be the best pack opening of any set ever. I'm guaranteed to get everything I need for it. Man, I should set up this stream, schedule it once I know the exact date and the countdown. Who schedules a stream a year out? Pretty crazy stuff. Marauding Sacred. Hey, oh, Dino, Kiora, Gwenna. I think I should do that as well. Yeah, but this particular scenario will never get old, I must say. Right to the face. Let's go. Onto High Tower has to block to live, which is pretty good. I could honestly see Marauding not being the best thing. Switching it for Llanowar, of course, Llanowar is never dead if Marauding does not exist. But maybe we got him. Certainly seems like they have to do a lot to live. I don't think they can save themselves for 3. I guess that'll be it. $13 to the face, good. For 2 green, 13 to the face. Well, I still think this is a heavy enough Dino list. Maybe it's not, hard to say. Oh, certainly much more stable. Of course, there is always the possibility that Marauding can have that immediate effect of helping play more things because of the cost reduction. I've always liked that, but I still think it has enough dinos. A third of the deck is dinosaur typed. Hard to say. But yeah, some night I'll use a list that is Llanowar Elves, Drover, Gwenna, Kiora, no Marauding. That's going to be good, I must say. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, for sure. The value of elves to get that Gwenna on turn 2. I think I did it once when I was using Dorky Dinosaur. Pretty sure I did it once. It was nice. This would be nice with 2. Not gonna do it. Oh, there we go. Way better. Going in blind. I'd like to send a Marauding to the bottom. Let's do it. Looking good. We at least got 3. We'll get Topiary next turn. Yes, I must say. It did the trick. Maybe it has to do the trick going forward. Oh, it's going to be hard if I ever did make the decision to pretty much completely switch. That would be rough. Doing something every single day since Marauding Raptor was released. Ooh. There could be, well, I guess depending if your list has lots of legendaries, maybe Mox Amber. I've always considered Mox Amber. Yeah. Single copy of that Mox. I've always liked the thought of Steel Leaf Drum, but it wouldn't make sense in a list with Llanowar Elves, of course. Just Steel Leaf Drum turn 1, turn 2 Huntmaster, Steel Leaf Drum taps Huntmaster for a single red, and then you play Marauding Raptor. That's always been kind of lovely. Steel Leaf Drum being a little bit more durable than the Elves. Yeah, I like the looks of this. Let's just keep slamming good bodies. Maybe we're dead. Actually, I think we... well, we'll see. No, I guess, yeah, we are. We would have been dead either way. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah, yeah. And it fixes mana a little bit. Maybe if I was in third colors, perhaps Drum would be a little bit better. But against this list, is it spells? Is it painful? Yes, it is. I kind of like a sweeper. We'll hit Bone Crusher Giant and Etching. Chances are we won't be able to get Ledger Shredder. It'll go past 3 toughness. Shifting it is. Drop that Drover. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Mixing, maybe not the best thing to do. Alright. Hopefully that works out. Definitely having lots of cost reducers and rampers, maybe it's overkill. You have sometimes just that, and you don't have any heavy hitters. That has happened to me a few times. Is it painful? Yes, it is. It does. It does. As long as you get Gwenna on turn 3. Turn 4, you could go Kiora on yeah. If you have 4 lands, Kiora for 3. Tap Gwenna, untap her, tap her again. That's a total of 5 with that leftover land. Pretty fantastic scenario right there. Yeah. Focusing more on that Gwenna, Kiora, terror package. Stuff that highlights and helps it all pop off. I'll go with Kiora instead. I could see Dharma getting killed. Certainly easier than Kiora with her 7 loyalty she starts with. Both of them would ramp and possibly help us see Terror of the Peaks next turn, which would die to an obliterating bolt, unfortunately, for 4 damage. Oh, Isaac, that doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound like a big difference at all. It's basically the same playing Gwenna. Yeah, on turn 3. I don't think it's any different. Who would like that? Yeah, no, that would be the bee's knees, the dino's knees. Well, if Kiora's still sticking around, we might have a chance with Burning Sun's avatar. Probably not, though. Ouch. Yeah, no, we're not coming back from that. They did come ready, that I must say. Pretty painful. The disdainful stroke. I have disdain for this, certainly because, well, I'm using a lot of things with a mana value of 4 or greater, not a lot of decks are. That certainly does the trick against us. Yeah, definitely, I think 8 elves is probably a little bit too much. Yes, that is Burning Sun's Avatar Heaven. I'll bring up the list for you just quickly, since you missed it. Yeah, I just, you know, in my search, maybe trying out something different. A creature that's big. It's a dino. It can do damage to an opponent or a planeswalker. And it can do 3 damage up to 1 creature. Hitting a bunch of stuff. If we have a terror, of course, that's 6 damage as well to any target. Seemed to make sense. Easy enough to play with Gwenna here. Super ramping. Other than that, that's basically it. Yeah. They did kneecap Wayward, yes. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Henge is, I guess maybe sometimes 1 copy of Henge just, you know, in case you see it a little bit later, gets you some draw. I've always thought about the fact of always having 1 copy of the Great Henge in. But, yeah. Yes, it is. We got a Triome G, Beseju. It'd be nice to take that out. I guess it won't. They could just search for another Triome. We'd have to have them search for just a basic land. Looks like a counter spell. Okay, no enchantments. I should have known enchantments. They got Yorion, so it does seem to be Yorion Fires of Invention. We're seeing a Steam Vents already, so they've got at least 1 of every color. Leyline Binding coming down at some point, I think. And this deck going first is certainly going to be painful. Usually is. Definitely want to get Topiary, though. Possibly see Ghalta next turn, but I mean, of course I could have maybe taken out Fable. I'd rather ramp. Next turn I could be at 5 for Regisaur if they kill our stuff. Aven Mind Sensor and Beseju. Oh, Aven Mind Sensor is a thing of beauty, I must say. Devastating. Man, we're seeing a bunch of enchantment stuff tonight. Well, we never know. 1 more Beseju in the side, plus I think Barrier Breach. If I had to choose, I think it would be Barrier Breach. Exiling up to 3 enchantments, but with the cycling for 2. If we don't need it. Chances are we will need it, but that's okay. Hopefully we can still make something happen with Regisaur here. Tax Dinos. Pablo, I have been thinking about Tax Dinos. Dino Tax. There's tax on gas, because I guess that's where oil comes from. Long buried dinos. I've always wanted to do something tax related. Maybe that's getting a little bit wacky. Certainly it's a lot different than this list, but it's something I haven't really explored yet, so I'm bound to one of these days here. Oh, sacrificing their reflection. That seems okay. Blood Moon and Explorer. When? Yes. Oh. I'd give it a go. Mono Red Blood Moon Dinos. That could get nasty. Mono Red Blood Moon taxing dinos. I like the thought of that. And we want to go Ghalta anyways. Kiora, Ghalta, draw some stuff. Hope we can still make some good stuff happen. Nah, just Ghalta. Maybe if Archons wasn't going to be gaining some life, I might want to attack with everything. Scarab God would have blocked Regisaur. Archons would have blocked the token. And would have been not a pretty sight. Yes, I almost forgot about that. Luckily, I didn't miss it. Definitely didn't make sense. They would have gotten probably our Regisaur out of our graveyard when the Scarab God blocked it. They gotta do something though. They can either spend some mana to kill Ghalta, but they can't steal it this... Hey. Trial of Ambition doing nothing much. Aw shucks, I have to sacrifice a thing I couldn't have used anyways, that I've already gotten benefit from. That's okay. Nothing has reach. Oh, the Deputy of Detention to steal Ghalta. Something to deal with Ghalta. They don't know it. Oh no, guys, I wish I had another copy of Ghalta. Oh man, this sucks. Whatever will we do? That's what we'll do. Whew. But if they were more popular, I would imagine people might suspect something like that. Probably people seeing Ghalta, they assume it's not a crazy person playing the list and using more than one copy, more than 2 copies. But again, well, I'll keep mentioning it. She comes down cheap. If she comes down, she's probably going to have the biggest target on her back. It's probably going to be a small target because she's so big to start with. But still, get the sideboarding done. Enchantments. Again, nothing to deal with enchantments, so that is a glaring hole, at least with tonight's list. Some blue-based stuff. We wouldn't have to worry about Deputy of Detention stealing, shifting. Scarab God, we can fly right past that. Okay, Isaac. I'll eat my veggies. I'll add some more lands if I get to keep 3 Ghaltas. Okay. Maybe I don't need Burning Suns. Cut that for 2 more lands. I could see that. But yeah, shifting. No. I kind of like the sweepers now that I think about it. 4 things take out reflection of creepy Jiki. Ghalta at the top end is the only top end you need. Burning Sun's Avatar just felt kind of nice. You get this, you may win. Especially you pair it with Terror. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. I think our sweepers are going to be devastating, especially if they take out Deputy of Detention. Oh, always the surprise factor, Pablo. Yes, 100%. Maybe when I win the World Championship, either in Explorer or Pioneer, especially when I win the World Championship for a second time with Dinos, the same type of deck, people are going to catch on. That is pretty good. Especially when I win the World Championship a third time. I think there's only been 2 people in history that have won the World Championship twice. It may just be a single person. I don't believe anybody has won it 3 times. So when I win it 3 times, I think I'll solidify myself as maybe the best dinosaur player. We'll see. Elves Drover Gwenna? I'm coming around to something like that, I must say. Maybe. Hard to say. I'll definitely do sealed events when Lost Caverns of Ixalan releases. Definitely. If that's what you're meaning, but yeah. Like to see that. Let's hope no counterspell. Leyline Binding. Oh! Nuts. Wish we had something that destroyed an enchantment. Actually, now that they slapped Urban Utopia on Jetmir's, that makes it a pretty juicy target. We would take out the land, they'd get another Triumph, but they would lose Urban Utopia. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do Beseiju at the end of their turn to get Gwenna back, and then be able to go Regisaur, have a little bit left over, that sort of thing. That should do the trick. Yeah, no. Now that I think Enigmatic Incarnation, if we see it next turn. If we don't see Incarnation, I think I'll still probably go Gwenna. Fable. Yeah, I think I'll go Gwenna. I don't have many lands in this list, so I've already seen a lot. There's a pretty good chance I'll see, well, something that isn't a land, I hope. Wayward Swordtooth. Ghalta. I think we would be able to see Ghalta next turn. 7. Almost. But we have Brotherhood's End. That would take out Fable when it does flip. So it's not... nuts, I jinx myself. Well, Gwenna doesn't untap. Unfortunately, Regisaur is 4 power, so we'll just use all that stuff up and pressure them as much as possible. Hope they don't have a Leyline Binding. Good. If they did, they could have cast it with Jetmir's Garden. They have at least one of every type of land. I think it's not so bad. If they played Enigmatic Incarnation, they couldn't sacrifice the Leyline Binding to get Agent of Treachery. Oh, play more creatures. Alright, Pablo, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do Guild Wars 2 in the morning and at night. Not too sure. Maybe my son will be born tomorrow. So that's certainly going to change up plans as well. But it's always going to be a good time. Always have a good time doing this. Terror. Wow, this could be scary for them, but yeah, even with a low land count, you see stuff like this. I'm gonna wait for Brotherhood's End, of course. smoke him next turn after it flips to Creepy Jiki. I think it's still definitely at least Dino enough using the Llanowar Elves. I like to have roughly about a third of the list 20 creatures as dinos. Some get a little bit crazy, but it's probably going to be it. What are they doing? Are they getting Deputy of Detention? Do they not have... Oh no. This is... Oh my goodness. I did boost my new character, Heaven, yes. Oh. Alright, Pablo, hopefully catch... yeah, see my third World Championship soon. I hope. Thanks for watching. I assumed they were going to grab Agent of Treachery, stealing, you know what, but you know what's about to happen. Good stuff. Eventually. Love it. Hopefully that bought us some time. Of course, Enigmatic Incarnation is going to sacrifice Omen of the Sea. And, yeah, they'll get another Deputy of Detention, unfortunately. Bitter Reunion. I should look at Bitter Reunion. I forget exactly what it is. I remember reading about it, but once I saw Giant Cindermaw in this newest set, that was pretty much my main focus. And Gwenna, of course, here. My new character is a ranger, similar to my first character, Tarzan, but it is a human. So, starting off with that, I've never started off with a human, and yeah, going to be good. Very good. This, not so good. Going to see him temporarily get rid of Terror again. Still might be able to get him if we can see Ghalta. Maybe we sweep that Deputy. It'll be nice to sweep Deputy if that is what they get. Oh, okay. Well, now I get to shoot some stuff. They're going to put a shield counter on it, I think. And we'll just shoot Titan of Industry. They didn't put a shield counter on it. This is good. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, my main is a Norn. Norns and humans do look similar. Of course, Norns are much bigger than humans in Guild Wars. Reunion 2 enchant. Okay, I'll bring it up here. Oh, but look at that. Devastating. Wow. I do need enchantment hate, but it is nice to take down the enchantment deck without super dedicated hate. Always feels good to get lucky like that. Phew. But yeah, let's take a quick look at Bitter Reunion. That opponent might be bitter after that match. Once it loads. Oh yes. That reminds me, I actually did face some mythic players a little bit ago. I fought one mythic player and they were using Bitter Reunion. I thought, what the heck? It's an uncommon. Are they trying something wacky? But I didn't think it was wacky because, yeah, whew, that looks good. One in the red. Discard a card. Something we don't need. That extra copy of Ghalta, Gwenna. Especially if we have an extra copy of Gwenna. Would be nice to get rid of her. Yeah, just get two more. Sacrifice it in a pinch. if we need haste. It is. Oh, absolutely insane. And it is a permanent. You know, maybe Bitter Reunion is getting us to 10 permanents. Boom. We just so turn on Wayward Swordtooth. When we play it with Terror of the Peaks out, we deal damage. Once we ascend, of course, that can't go away. If you drop below 10 permanents, you still get to do stuff with Wayward. So get to 10 in a pinch. Sacrifice this. Everything haste. Yeah. That's going to be on the radar. Worth a try. Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Although I still like Regisaur Alpha. This is fantastic, especially with Terror of the Peaks. Regisaur Alpha definitely would be hard to cut for any length of time, I must say. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of that. Yeah, I think that would be good. All right. Oh, I think I'll leave it there for now. Figure out the thumbnail if I do Guild Wars 2 tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Hopefully you guys had a good time, as good as I had. Again, lots of fantastic suggestions. Yeah, it was beautiful. Always great. Have a good night, good morning, evening, afternoon. Hopefully you have less snow than me. We don't have a lot, but we have enough. Alrighty. Guess peace. Have a good one. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow, but hopefully I see the best thing tomorrow. My son. Cross the fingers. Have a good one.